Let me tell you about a new kind of interviewing that's happening more and more. I'll call it observational interviewing. So it used to be that a company would ask you a question like, tell me what one of your strengths is. And so you'd tell them. Then they thought, well, let's have them give us an example of how that might be used. So you'd do that. Then they thought, let's have them give us a real world example. So you'd tell them about a story from your experience before so they could see how that actually played out. As more and more job seekers Google the answers to certain questions, they are finding it harder and harder to determine who's genuinely the type of person they're looking for and who just talks a good game. They decided that the best way to really know if somebody has a certain set of skills or characteristics that you're looking for that are must-haves is to watch them in the wild, as it were. What does that mean? It means that if you find yourself in kind of a twilight zone feeling where the person interviewing you seems to be putting words in your mouth, or they're saying something that you know you didn't say, or they seem to be purposely misrepresenting something you said, it's probably something that they're doing on purpose. They probably have a scenario where, let's say, they have a client or many clients, or the nature of their industry is such that the clientele you'd be working with may be abusive or rude or difficult to handle. And so they need someone in this role that can handle that. And if you're not that way, it could cost them a lot of money. And so the best way for them to really find out is to actually put you under that stress, is to actually see how you react when they act like one of their clients might act. So it's not about having the perfect answer to the questions. It's about how long you can kind of stay in that Zen mode of rolling with what they're saying, answering the questions the best you can, staying professional in the way you're interacting, and maintaining that pose as long as possible, because that's what they may actually be trying to observe. Now, they can use this technique with just about anything. There's some characteristic they're trying to find. And so they're going to try to actually observe or create a situation that they'll be able to see how you are going to react or how you do act. And that's the way they're going to be able to make their final determinant. So be aware of that kind of interviewing and play along. If you find that the interviewing is not going exactly the way you thought it might be, now you might know the reason.
Jefferson Briggs. Call you Jeff?
It's Jake. Or Jeff.
Says here you worked for a Japanese advertising agency?
Netsu.
Netsu?
Netsu.
Well, Netsu is one of our foreign subsidiaries.
Hey, we own that. I mean, there's thousands of advertising agencies all over the world. You happen to choose one we own. That was a bad call. You're full of crap, aren't you?
Yeah. You know, after this Netsu thing, I got a little curious, so I checked out the rest of your resume. And aside from your social security number, there isn't one piece of information in there that is true. You have set new standards for lying in the job market.
I mean, there's no question you can write. And to come in here with a whopper like this, I mean, you must want to work pretty bad.
I need to work.
You think you can make something of yourself?
I think I could make something of myself.
How do you feel about slave wages?
Slave wages are fine.
How do you feel about alcoholics?
I like alcoholics.